Well guys, my videos are going to be maybe a little bit shorter and a little bit more staggered over the next couple of weeks, just as I lost my granddad on Thursday and I've got funeral plans and everything to take care of. So I'm sort of just chilling and camping in between things I'm doing. So I've just got packed now and I'm waiting on Tim to come and pick us up, and we're going to the village for a one-nighter. So yeah, looking forward to it. Some peace and quiet finally.
Shredded the roof on the two-storey shelter. Like, that's the bunk there. It's ripped the corner off. It's we had a huge 4.5 DD tarp on it, and it shredded completely in half with the wind, and it was so securely in place. And that's not even like a quarter of the weather we normally get. It isn't. It's never.
Baby wind.
It is. I mean, this is why we've boarded up this wall here, and that's solid. But we've got like another second bed in here. But again, it leaves the whole shelter pointless if we've got no roof. Yeah, so we've got to decide. It's going to be September before long, and is it worth putting any effort into a shelter that's not going to survive? Because all the materials in this we could put into something else, lower down to the ground, that's going to survive winter, and make a winter village more comfortable than expanding if we stop expanding now and just look after what we've got.
That's true.
I think it'll be better. But under tarps off, you can see the rip. It's all the way across. The wind's just shredded this tarp. Well, back to the drawing board. I don't think I've ever had such a big hole in my roof. Snacks and cakes are out. Tim's getting coffee on. I'm just pulling some useful stuff out of that shelter that we can use down here. We've decided that we're just going to write that shelter off for now. Get back to it in summer. Use some of it just to reinforce what we have, as in block the wind here, because that's where the wind comes in all the time. And also put some ribs up there to make one full shelter over the entire square. And the rain's on again. Always rains here.
Coffee?
Oh, nice. I'm gonna have one of them. I'm gonna have like 3 of each. Yeah, I'm just holding Tim's tarp down for him, so we'll get it pegged down. The rain has started a lot. Gale winds there too. Slatted this off all the way around to here, so it'll be a entire waterproof area. Got a tarp there to put it up. Tim's working hard on the carver's block thing.
It's going well.
Nice, good far down, like. we fixed the wobble in the bench by putting in some cross beams just to support it. It's pretty solid now. Also I've back tarped off the entire back end of the shelter now, so it's thinged. So, finished. Took us about 4.5 hours, 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. Sometimes you lose track of time when you're working away.
6 hours.
About 6 hours. So, full shelter over the entire side of the village. Got Bruce's shelter in the back still there. And then the other reed shelter there, and then this one here I've been sorting out, putting 2 beds in it so we can get in here. Aye. Brilliant. Kiln's burning away here inside. I'm not getting smoked out, which is grand. Big difference in the heat though, in here and out there.
Yeah, there is. And the wind.
Aye.
There's like barely any breeze in
And at
here
least
as
we
well.
won't have to keep on covering up our tarp, the kiln with the tarp.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Especially with that,
Yeah.
that roof bit there. That was where most of the water was coming in.
What I've built, this is my lid. It's going to go float above the kiln about here, and then I've made this chimney going right up. I'm going to put it out through the roof and yeah, test that out. I've made this completely out of chicken wire in tin foil, and what I've done is I've put the layers long ways down both sides, sealed it in and then wrapped it round. I've done that 6 times and it's pretty. We covered this side up with tin foil and blew through it and it was moving, so it's airtight. So that's what we want, just to get a little bit more ventilation for the kiln. Look at that! Tinfoil rules!
So cool.
Isn't it awesome? Chicken wire and tinfoil. The way of the future, that. It's still going to go a little bit higher yet. That is it, just look at it, we've raised it up a little bit. We're going to put some knobbles on it so it can be raised up about a good thing, and then it'll take everything up there. And there's going to be no hassle about burning shelters or anything accidentally, which is good. And it lets out a hell of a heat. There it is. Zebra can on top of the lid, we've flattened it out. See if we can get a boil. Brilliant. It's proper taken all the flames too. I'm putting up this lean-to just as a side windbreak to my shelter. And put the carven thing in there too. Aye. Just gives it a direct protection from my fire pit. It's glowing in there. It's so warm in there. And that's just turned into a open top tower for photographs and stuff, really. A long time since I cooked a meal on one of these, so We've got chicken. We're doing chicken and beef fajitas again. Well, we normally do chicken, but we've got some steaks to chop up. Chop them up there. Just frying off the chicken now. We've got all the mixed vegetables and all the bits that go with it. That's the seasoning powder in now. There we go. Nice bit of salsa on there too, old El Paso. That is brilliant. Put the 2 beds in there also. So that's another one I've been working on, just getting it usable for winter. The kiln heats this whole area up, so it's awesome. Main fire's lit. I've got all my bed in there. Tim's sitting chilling in there. I'm just going to pee. Absolutely stuffed after all the fajitas. It's me in my sleeping bag and in my bivvy bag. Wind's died down totally. No rain at the moment. So I've got right next to the fire, and yeah, I'm going to catch some Z's. We'll catch y'all in the morning. Tim's just scored the top of his head. Not too nice. It's not deep, but... Morning all. I've just been up for half an hour now, taking care of a pesky little troll on YouTube. Done now. Yeah, if you comment on my videos, putting your opinion across, that's fair play. But if I don't take it, don't get insulted, because I just like to find things out my own way and do things my own way. That's how I learn. Okay, so don't get insulted if I don't take your opinion or answer back to it, because personally, as a YouTuber, I'm not really interested in other people's opinions. I'm just going to do it my way anyway. So yeah, it's my little early morning rant. It's just I feel I learn better, you know what I mean? If I make a mistake, I make a mistake. You learn from it, that's the way it is. I think by listening to 200 other YouTubers giving their opinion can baffle you a little bit and ruin what you're doing. So yeah, just do things your own way and don't listen to other people. Look, I stood this bottle up. Oh my God, Tim, you don't do it like that, you do it like this. Perfect example, since we're on the subject of ranting, and I'm here and you're here watching, and anyway, right, we had about, over the space of our kiln work, we've had about 800 comments saying that as we're building the kiln, we should put stones in it, we should put reeds in it, we should put twigs in it, we should put grass in it, all sorts we've had people telling us to put in it. But that's the perfect thing. For instance, if we listened to this, we would have been, what's that word I'm looking for, Tim? Oh, we would have been wrong. Because when you heat clay up to 800 degrees, any organic material in it will just disappear. And then you're left... It what, Tim?
It completely incinerates.
It completely incinerates. Then you're left with cavities inside your thing. And we've learnt this.
Does get to 800
yeah,
degrees.
It gets to 800 degrees. All organic material in it is gone. So therefore, the reeds and the sticks and all the stuff you've put in it that are organic will just leave cavities in your kiln, your clay, or your tiles. And we've learnt this by just doing it ourselves and not listening to other people. And it's just a for instance, you know. This is why I don't like... There is a lot of good opinions out there, but there's also a lot of bad ones too. So yeah.
Just a lot that dilute your own idea about stuff.
yeah, it's outside contamination. If you think about it, if you've got 200,000 YouTubers and we're all listening to that one person, then we're all going to be the same, and there's just no point in that.
I was doing a little bit of research on clay the other day. I read a potter's manual and it had a heat chart, which was quite useful. That was what I learned, that organic material burns out at 800 degrees.
And not only that, it's not a question of reading it. We did a tile with reeds in it.
Yeah.
We did a tile with straw in it. We did a tile with stones in it, and we found that the 2 tiles with organic material, i.e. hair and reeds, the reeds just left tubular cavities inside the tiles and left them really weak. And the stones, they didn't really bind properly to the...
Because the clay just shrinks like
Yeah.
around the stone.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
leaves
yeah.
gaps and cracks.
Right. But then sandstone's fine, but as long as you powder it, you know, you crush it into a powder. So in our next tiles, we're going to have just pure clay without anything in it, and hopefully that'll sort the cavity problem that we've been having. And that's the bricks moved and it's sorted. Some flat bits too, so for the pot. This one's been moulded by ivy too. Now it's twisted around it. Nice bit of wood. So I'm starting to pack up my shelter now. You can see there's lots and lots of bits everywhere. One of the things with moss shelters, lots of bits. Also, that's where we're at with the carving table, or the carving block. Good way into it. Enough to wedge stuff onto it. Almost packed up, got my sleeping bag in that dry sack there. So yeah, me and Tim were just discussing further on about the clay, and you can't really compare someone that works natural clay in Canada or Spain or Italy or Japan to someone that works clay in England, because although the concept is the same, the conditions are very different. You know, it's some places get excessive heat, like more like clays like cob that you do put straw and hay into are dried by the sun and not by a kiln, if you know what I mean. So but yeah, it's so wet here that your clay hole floods with water. It's so well wet, you know. We don't get a lot of really scorching hot sun, so drying stuff in the sunlight is kind of out of the thing. So yeah, concept the same, but it's very different conditions. I'm gonna get back to cleaning up my shelter. That's it. Camp left nice and tidy. Tim's got his section the same.